10 seats from Haryana, 13 seats in Punjab and 4 in Himachal Pradesh. The three North Indian states have an interesting combination of different political parties in the mix. Let me start by introducing my guests for this segment. Mr. Ramneek Mann, political analyst from Punjab, who's been following all three state elections. Ramneek, welcome to Countdown 2024. And of course, Kartikeya and Ajit Kumar continue to join me. We'll start with Punjab and Haryana. Punjab, interesting contest there. Congress, AAP, BJP, Akali Dal and also independents fighting it alone. So some of the prominent candidates in the fray, of course, are four-time MP Preneet Kaur, former Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, three-time MP, Harsimrat Kaur Badal and Ramneek Singh Bittu. I want to start by asking you, Ramneek Mann, Punjab, a state where the BJP candidates finding it difficult to even canvass. Is this a straight fight now between AAP and Congress with the BJP literally out of the picture? Or do you think that there is a silent wave somewhere there that's actually going to make this a three-cornered contest?
See, I'll tell you how it is. And the real situation on ground in Punjab is very different from what people are assuming outside of Punjab.
Right.
Now, see, there is a divide in the votes per se, the upper caste Jat Sikh vote and the lower caste, let's say, Mazbis, yes, or the scheduled caste or the BC votes.
Right.
So that divide is very visible this time.
Right.
As a matter of fact, the more the upper caste farmers, the Jats are opposing the BJP,
yes,
the more, let's say, the entire backward class or the Mazbi class, or as we like to call apna Mazbi Paichara or Dalit Paichara,
right,
is aligning with the BJP. The master stroke of the dark horse, I believe,
yes,
is played in the shape of Gija Ram Balmiki. Gija Ram Balmiki is the president of All India Balmiki Sabha.
Right.
And he is contesting from Fatehgarh Sahib, which is a Panthik seat person. And he has made quite a dent. And this is for the first time that you see that the farm laborers, the lower caste people in the villages also.
Right.
They're saying कि यार इन्ने साल जट्टां दे मगर लग के सानू की लभ्या. What did we get?
Yeah.
Getting after these upper caste landlords. What did we gain?
Right.
So there is a huge divide.
Right.
When it comes to the upper caste and the lower caste, there's a huge divide when it comes to the farming community and the farm labor or the Mazdoor labor per se. So this is something which is working very strongly in an undercurrent manner. In my opinion, will feel that seats like Hoshiarpur, Jalandhar, Patiala, Ludhiana and Fatehgarh Sahib.
Right.
So the 6 seats, Gurdaspur, Jalandhar, Hoshiarpur, Fatehgarh Sahib, Ludhiana and Patiala. So these 6 seats, it's pertinent to mention that BJP is putting up a very good fight in these seats.
Right.
Where I feel after the last time they can actually go ahead and increase their numbers.
Right.
There were BJP seats last time. It can go forward this time. And as far as the Panthik vote is concerned,
yes,
what needs to be seen very clearly is that there are the Khadur Sahib seat is supposed to be a Panthik seat.
Yep.
So there Amrit Pal is contesting from Khadur Sahib.
Right.
And the other seat that we can say which will be interesting to watch is Sangru.
Right.
Because Sangru is the seat from where Bhagwant Singh Mann used to be the MP before he became the Chief Minister. And they lost it to Simranjit Singh Mann. And I believe the Aam Aadmi Party may again lose this seat, Sangru.
Right.
So this is how the equations are laid out in Punjab.
Interesting fights there, Ajit Kumar. 4 parties all fighting on their own, Akali Dal, AAP, Congress and BJP. Do you believe that the BJP has a chance here in this quadrilateral fight that Ramneek was talking about, given the fact that they won just 2 seats last time? They were fighting in alliance with the Akali Dal. Farmer protests 2.0, what kind of impact would it have on Punjab?
See, my understanding was that the BJP will do very well in the urban areas.
Right.
I was
That's
thinking
the traditional
more of Amritsar
yes,
and Patiala
right,
and those kind of seats,
Yeah.
After all, the Indian ambassador to the US
yes,
is contesting.
Charanjit Singh Channi.
Yeah, Charanjit Singh Channi. So I thought that's where the BJP's edge lies. But then what he's pointing out,
right,
it's the rural areas,
right,
and actually it is the so-called the poorer people. I'm
laborers,
wondering,
the farm
because
laborers,
Punjab has
yes.
one of the largest Dalit populations in the country. Almost
Right.
1/3 of Punjab is what Ramgarhiyas and whatever, right? So among them, if the BJP has a lot of traction,
Yes.
then we would be all surprised.
Right.
Because the overall picture from Delhi is that the main fight is between Congress and AAP.
Yes.
And that BJP and Akali are
number 3
sort
and
of in
number
the
4.
corners. So this, I think, is a very interesting point made.
Right.
I was under the impression that in 2019, Congress won 8 out of 13. So
Right.
my understanding was that the typical thing in Lok Sabha is Modi versus Rahul, right?
Yes.
So therefore, the Congress might have an edge over AAP, and especially given the fact that AAP is in a serious emergency situation
Yes.
with Arvind Kejriwal,
Right.
almost going out of jail and coming out, and
Right.
all those scandals. And similarly, Punjab under AAP it doesn't seem to have performed as well as expected, right?
Right,
Punjab's economic decline is
Yes,
well
is
known.
pronounced.
Agriculture is in total crisis.
Kartikeya,
So-
Punjab, quadrilateral fights,
I
AAP
think,
in crisis.
I think Punjab, for me, if you ask me, I'll get the broader perspective. Punjab has had strong leaders.
Yes.
Leaders who have been able to represent Punjab across this country.
Right.
Pratap Singh Kaur,
Yeah.
Senior Badal, Amrinder Singh, Gyani Jail Singh. I can just go on and I can continue to name leaders where a person sitting in Bhopal, person
Yeah,
sitting
identifies
in Kerala
with-
would know,
yeah,
acha, he's the
yes.
big leader from Punjab.
Right.
What has happened in Punjab in last 10 years is an identity crisis.
Right.
Punjab, I'm not trying to demean a chief minister, but the stature which the previous chief minister enjoyed
Yes.
were at the national level.
Right.
Every person in India knew who the chief minister of Punjab was.
I think the last such chief minister was Amrinder,
Amrinder.
Captain
Yeah,
Amrinder.
Amrinder.
Singh. Yes.
National figure. Everyone knew Amrinder.
Yes.
I mean to say, for example, even during the crisis in 1980s, Longowal,
Yes.
Arjun Singh, the top-notch people from the Congress went to Punjab, and the top-notch people were there
Right.
who were running the state. I mean to say, how many people would know even my generation Pratap Singh Kaur's name? But I
Yeah.
still remember it.
Right.
Not because I have read in history books,
Right.
but their families are also part of the politics
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Though they are part of now, there is a problem in the SID,
Right.
the Caro family. So saying that, I think there is a larger political issue in Punjab
Yeah.
that you don't have a heavyweight politician
Yeah,
right
the
now.
stunting of the
Yes,
leadership in
Amrinder
Punjab.
Singh is a
Yes.
retired politician.
Right.
He's a retired politician. You don't have that politician from Congress anymore.
Yes.
You don't have that politician from even BJP.
Right.
And I don't think the current Chief Minister of Punjab
Yes.
is able to step into those shoes.
Right.
That is why the change has taken place in
Right,
Punjab.
right.
This churn which took place in which the Aam Aadmi Party emerged,
Yes.
there has to be a reason because there was
Right.
a churn in the
There's a
society.
vacuum. There's a leadership vacuum
it's
there
There's a
and- yes.
leadership vacuum. Yeah, absolutely right. There's a leadership vacuum in the state.
Right.
And I really don't know how Punjab will react in context of Lok Sabha, but I definitely
Right.
think Punjab may not go the Haryana way completely.
Right. Okay.
Haryana surprised everyone in
Yes.
2014.
Yes. Where the
Simple
BJP
ma-
was
simple
able
majority.
to get the other.
Yes, simple majority. They got simple majority.
Chhattis Biradari.
There was no in Lok Dal or the number
Yes.
of Lok Dals which were there in
Right.
Haryana. But I don't think that feat is possible for Bharatiya Janata Party in this Lok Sabha election.
Right, which is, and Ramneek Mann disagrees with that, of course. But Ramneek, quickly, 2 points. One is, of course, the timing of the elections in Punjab. I'm fully aware that 1st of June is the Operation Blue Star anniversary. Why would they choose a date like that for holding elections there? You think that's something to do with the sentiment that exists on the ground, or that's just a pure accident, this choice of 1st of June for Punjab? And secondly, will the farm agitation have any impact whatsoever on the outcome of the elections in Punjab?
So, number one, when you talk about Op Blue Star, so the date essentially is the 6th of June.
Right.
6th of June is remembered as Kallu Kara Day, or a
Right.
day of genocide. So, well, 1st of June is about 5 days apart.
Yes.
Also, significantly, what is happening is that the Shiromani Akali Dal,
Yes.
which controls the SGPC,
Yes.
so they have given out a message. They've given
Yes.
out a call
Right.
for remembrance on 6th of June, and they're starting today from
Yes.
1st to 6th of June, starting tomorrow rather. From
First
to
is,
6th of June.
Ramneek, I must interrupt you. 1st of June is the date that Mrs. Gandhi ordered Blue Star, Op Blue Star.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
It's the
But
start of the,
what I'm saying
Yes.
is that worldwide,
Yes.
6th of June is the day when it is remembered or marked as the Kallu Kara Day. Punjabi it's called Kallu Kara, or the
Yes,
day
of
of
course, the massacre.
So
yes.
6th of June is the day when most of the programs or events or road
right.
shows or the kirtans or ardas happen in
Yes.
Gurdwaras. But if you go across Punjab and Haryana, you will
Yeah.
find that there are several banners, posters, flexes
Yes.
with photographs of the demolished Akal Takht
Of the
Sahib,
Akal
with the
Takht.
photographs
Yes.
of the then leaders and dead bodies of Sikhs
Right.
that have been put on display.
Yes.
And there is a call by Jathedar Akal Takht to wear a black turban during these days as a mark of remembrance. So there is also the text, if you read it carefully,
Yes.
the name of Congress party per se is as such mentioned. And wherever there is an inclination of Panthic voters,
Yes.
that will obviously affect the psyche, the sentiment of people who will eventually vote for the Congress or not vote for the Congress. So that is one.
Right.
It will take effect. It will only go against the Congress party. So
Right.
let's be very clear on that. It's not going to probably favor Aam Aadmi Party or BJP, but it's definitely going to harm the prospects of Congress
The
party at
Congress.
several seats. So what pertinent thing which I think was mentioned today was, yes, there is a leadership crisis. Yes, there is an identity crisis. It has been tried to mask or cover by giving advertisements in Telugu, Kannada, Tamil, Bengali, Odia, Marathi, in every possible language to project Bhagwant Singh Mann as a leader of Punjab, which he is
Right.
not. Though he has been picked and chosen by Arvind Kejriwal, the leadership. His
Yes.
name was brought forward. The elections were fought under his leadership. But again, they don't have a very healthy relation when it comes to the Delhi leadership because, Punjab is being used like a colony by the Aam Aadmi Party leadership,
Right.
which is very clear in the minds of people of Punjab that, the Delhi leadership of Aam Aadmi Party is exploiting the resources, the money
Yes.
of Punjab, and, everything that you see in Punjab will be associated with some kind of a loot or some kind of an exploitation.
Right.
So these things will actually factor in. And what I mentioned, there
Yes.
is a divide. We always talk about polarization on the religious lines, but there is a divide amongst the rich and poor in Punjab,
Right.
amongst the privileged class and amongst those who are not so privileged.
So, Ramneek,
this
I must
will
interrupt you
actually
here. Sorry,
take effect of that.
how will the farmer protests impact the elections? I mean, how big of an issue is that?
Before the farmers' protest actually happened, post 2019,
Yep.
BJP was in a very good position in Punjab, and BJP had their cadres and their
Right.
leaders, and everything was in place.
Yes.
And they appeared to be in a very good position in the upcoming 2022 elections then.
Right.
But the prospects of the BJP were completely demolished by the farmers' protest or the
Right.
RPS protest, whichever you would like to choose, whatever nomenclature you like.
Right.
But the fact is that things have turned around very, very sharply when you see a divide amongst the rich upper caste farmers
Yes.
and the poor, low landholding farmers. See, first thing is that Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi has worked very well.
Right.
Second is the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana has worked very well. The third thing is the Kisan Samman Nidhi, where small landholders are getting 6,000 rupees a year. People may not realize, or people may think it's a very nominal or very small amount, but it actually works in a family of, let's say, 5 brothers. Each is getting 6,000 per annum. It works out to about 30,000 a year for the entire family, and they live jointly. So things actually are working in favor when it comes to the lower strata.
Right.
And when you talk about the upper caste farmers, even they realize and understand. When you read the Congress manifesto, they say the farmers will be free to sell their produce to anyone they like. I mean, that
Right.
is essentially what the farm bills were mentioned.
Yes.
So the entire protest, or what the Congress is now saying, works out like a hypocrisy or like an oxymoron, because they tried to use it They lost the elections. It was advantage Aam Aadmi Party. Now Aam Aadmi Party is not able to deliver on its promises, and people have seen both. And
Right.
interestingly, not mentioned here, the Punjabis by and large have a habit of trying anything new. Even if it's poison, they will try it once to check whether it's bitter, sour, sweet, salty, what. So I personally feel that, this time people may be in a mood in 2027 to try the BJP. Because they understand the Gujarat model, they understand the UP model also.
So
because
who is the poison
believe it or
boss?
not,
Who is the poison boss?
Ramneek,
Ramneek, who is the poison then?
who's the poison?
Who's the poison? Nobody's the poison. The point is that the psyche is like that. You understand?
Right.
Now, once you, after the farmers' protest, people see Modi or people see the BJP as poison. So they might even, with the Yogi model. See,
Right.
law and order is fallen apart. Punjab
Yes.
has gone to the dogs.
Right.
There is no industry, there's no education,
Yes.
there is no employment opportunity. Drugs are, available like Zomato, Swiggy. There, people deliver drugs at your home. अब मतलब 30 मिनट के पिज्जा से पहले आपके घर में चिट्टा पहुंच जाएगा. That's the reality of
right.
Punjab.
Absolutely.
So the law and
yeah.
order division. People want good law and order. People want to see their children, their future
Yes.
secured.
Right.
Their next generation feel safe. The business.
Ramneek, I'm going to have to
No, man,
interrupt you here.
everyone
We have to
should-
move
everyone should
south
be
to Haryana. Ramneek, we're going to Haryana,
Yeah.
which went into the elections in the 6th phase to elect 10 members of parliament. Now, in the last elections, Haryana clean sweep for the BJP, all 10 seats. Haryana also has 4 parties fighting this time around. What's your sense, Ajit Kumar Jha, in Haryana?
See, Haryana not only has Lok Sabha today,
Yes.
but Haryana also has a assembly election.
5
coming.
months down the road.
And because of that, we've had a change in
Yes.
chief ministership, right?
Yes.
So it seems that BJP is being challenged
Right.
increasingly.
Yes.
According to me, if there is an alliance
Right.
between the AAP and the Congress,
Yes.
then I think BJP has a problem in
Right.
Haryana, given the fact that Haryana also witnessed farmers' movement,
Yes.
maybe not as aggressive as Punjab,
Right.
but still it was one of the centers of the farmers' movement.
Right.
But when I've heard Arvind Kejriwal claiming that Haryana assembly we are going to fight alone,
Yes.
so if the alliance on the ground doesn't work, and if
Yes.
there is no sort of transfer of vote
Right.
between the two, then I think BJP will get the maximum seats out of the 10 again in the Lok Sabha.
10 seats for the BJP again, Kartikeya, in
I think
Haryana?
BJP is in a problem in Haryana.
Right.
This is one state where BJP is in a problem because of 2 reasons. The first is the lackadaisical performance of Mr. Khattar in last 5 years.
Right.
And that is why the chief minister was changed. And
Naib
Mr.
Singh
Khattar
Saini
was
was
fighting with Mr.
airdropped,
Vij.
yes.
Both of them were dropped.
Right.
Vij is sulking. Khattar
Right.
is still campaigning.
Right.
That's first. The second issue is it has created a very strong consolidation again.
Yes.
For the Jats. Earlier,
Right.
if you recall, when Mr. Khattar was sworn in, there were riots
Right.
in Haryana.
Yes.
And the entire Jat leadership came under criticism.
Yes.
That you have been ruling the state for last 15 years doesn't mean just because there's no Jat chief minister,
Right.
you can't create a ruckus. It
Yes.
was an intensely political thing, a lot of political actors were involved, and people had to remind that even Bhajan Lal went on to become the chief minister of Haryana on non-Jat. Now, with the split in JJP and JJP falling out with
With
Bharatiya
the
Janata
BJP,
Party,
yes.
there is a sort of a consolidation of Jat and Jat-led caste for the Congress party.
Right. Right.
So Congress, for the first time, has come into fight in Haryana after 10 years.
Right.
So how much of that intrusion into BJP's massive vote bank, which
Yes.
stands at 58%, can be
Right.
made, has to be seen.
Right.
But if you win, these statistics become irrelevant.
Yes.
Because when you lose,
Yeah.
then you lose hard.
Right.
And when you win these days in the times of social media,
Yes.
you win big.
Right. Ramneek Mann, since you look at Haryana very closely, what are you reading from the ground? 10 seats to the BJP, or is it, as Kartikeya mentioned, the Congress revival after 10 years? Are they coming back big because of the Jat vote consolidation?
There is a fight.
No, see, yes, there is a fight undoubtedly, but you need to understand the Jat Sikh vote, the Jat voters,
Yes.
they are not in favor of the BJP by and large.
Right.
I mean, that is something you can say safe. But you need to understand, the Jat and Jat Sikh voters are now being divided into JJP, Indian National Lokdal, and the Congress party.
Right.
And there is, let's say, you can't rule out completely that no Jat or no Jat Sikhs are going to vote for BJP in Haryana. That may be very, very wrong analysis.
Right.
So let's assume that 30% Jats, overall, Jats and Jat Sikhs vote for the BJP and 70% votes are split between Congress Party, JJP and Indian National Local. So there is a divide in the anti-BJP vote and there is a unanimity in the pro-BJP vote. There is also one very interesting thing which the gentleman just said. He said Bhajan Lal was a non-Jat. Bhajan Lal was a Bishnoi. He was a Jat Bishnoi. Bishnoi is a sect. People follow either 21 no, 29, sorry. 29 principles, who follow 29 principles are Bishnois. So he was a Jat Bishnoi. So that's one correction you need to keep in mind when you discuss Haryana. Second, now what is important to understand is that there is a fight only on a few seats. The GT road belt completely is with the BJP. The Khadar area, the central Haryana is again with the BJP. The fight is primarily in the Bagad area and in the Deswali belt. Deswali belt is primarily some areas which are touching Delhi towards Haryana, Rohtak, Sonipat, Jajjar, Bhadargarh. These areas, which primarily again is the seat of Dipinder Hooda. Dipinder Hooda from Kosli last time lost by a margin of about 74,000 votes and he eventually lost by 7,506 votes. This time, his loss from Kosli will be even greater. The second seat where there is a fight is Sirsa between Ashok Tawar and Kumari Shailja. So Kumari Shailja is giving a good fight. Let's see what comes out eventually. I'm not a poll pundit that I'm going to predict, but my analysis, there is fight primarily on two seats, where again, it is advantage BJP. The only problem in Sirsa to understand is that Ashok Tawar has switched many parties. He is now in the BJP. The previous MP from Sirsa was Sunita Duggal and she defeated Ashok Tawar by a margin of over 3 lakh votes. And she was refused ticket and Ashok was given the ticket. So primarily, these are the factors which are playing in the minds of people. And there is also a quid pro quo between the SRK group, as we know, within the Congress, which is the Huda group, Kumari Shailja, Randeep Surjewala, and Kiran Chaudhary. This is the SRK group. So this group has been favoring the Indian National Lokdal from Kurukshetra, which is Abhay Singh Chautala, and in return they are seeking their help or their assistance or their voters in Sirsa because the Chautala family belongs to Sirsa. Their base is in Sirsa. So again, there are 9 assembly constituencies in Sirsa parliament, out of which only one is held by the Indian National Lokdal. So it is something which is very interesting to watch. But these 2 seats, I would say, if I'll stick my neck out and say that Rohtak, Dipinder Hooda might lose again. So it is 10 on 10 or 9 on 10. At best 10 on 10, but it's 9 on 10 definitely. I don't even see it as people are saying 6, 4, 7, 3, 8, 2. There's no chance of 8, 2. It's probably 10 on 10 or 9 on 1. That's all.
10 on 10 or 9 on 1? You mean 9 seats to the BJP and 1 seat to the Congress?
Yeah. That's right. That's
huge.
Dipinder Hooda seat.
Yes, and moving on from Haryana to Himachal Pradesh, the cooler climes of Mandi, where BJP's Kangana Ranaut is fighting Congress's Vikramaditya Singh. Now, Himachal, as we know, 4 seats, all for the BJP the last time, 2 elections in fact. Very interesting contest here. Kangana Ranaut, first time MP, pro-right-wing movie star, has seen some big heavyweights from the BJP, including Prime Minister Modi, campaigning for her. What do you make of Himachal Pradesh?
Well,
Ajit?
Don't forget that in Himachal, we have a Congress government which just won last year and popularly elected, right? At that time, Himachal and Karnataka were supposed to be the great Congress victories. I basically see it as 2 versus 2 in Himachal. But Kangana, when you asked me, the fact that Kangana has so much star power, the fact that Prime Minister Modi, Anurag Thakur is practically running the whole campaign there. So obviously she has a lot of advantage, but then she is fighting former Chief Minister's son, who himself has been an important leader, and his father was a Chief Minister for my entire journalistic life that I covered Himachal. So I think we have a very tough fight out there. Given the fact that Kangana is a star and the fact that the entire BJP is behind her, chances that she might swing that seat.
She might swing. But what about the other 3 seats in Himachal Pradesh, Kartikeya?
See, Himachal, my understanding is after the defection drama, there has been erosion of Sukhu's authority.
Yes.
When he was barely able to get the numbers. So it's a Congress government in Himachal, but it's not an effective government.
Right.
It's not as effective like Telangana. It's not as effective like Karnataka, where Shiv Kumar and Revanth Reddy can go cracking on both BJP, BRS, and Gaudas.
Right.
So it's a Kamzor Sarkar.
Right.
It's not a very strong government. The only advantage I would say, I'll just add on to it, is if Kangla loses, not because of Congress, it's because of she's actually fighting Veerbhadra's son. That's and you know, Veerbhadra's son was actually forced by the Congress leadership to fight this election.
Yes.
He was reticent. Mother was about to leave the party. The last minute patch up took place. So that's one. And you see, there has been a state level erosion of leaders in Himachal and Uttarakhand. That's where the problem is. You know, BJP has a cadre. Congress has a mesh of families.
Yes.
Lot of state level families, village level families. When they leave, the vote also moves out. So I don't have high hopes of Congress party in Himachal Pradesh or even Uttarakhand per se, because that leadership structure at the district level is very, very weak.
We'll just end by asking Ramneek about this. Ramneek, straight fight between the Congress and the BJP in Himachal Pradesh. What are the numbers that you're giving both parties?
See, that's always the way it has been. See, there are 4 seats in Himachal: Mandi, Shimla, Kangra, and Hamirpur. So, out of these 2, of these 4, 2 are primarily the Thakur seats.
Yes.
This is Mandi and Kangra, and Shimla is a SC seat, and Kangra is a Brahman seat. So, the parties have played it well, but I would just for one moment disagree with the gentleman who was just speaking. So the popular vote difference between the Congress party and the BJP was less than 1%. It was less than 1%, which eventually swung in favor of the Congress party, and they formed a majority government in Himachal. And then there was a defection, and there was this whole drama where the BJP played a very important role. A lot of Himachal Pradesh MLAs were stationing in adjoining Haryana in Panchkula at the PW rest house, and they were being flown in and out of Shimla again and again. So my thing is, let's be very clear that Himachal is going to go BJP way 100%, and I have no doubts.
That's what I said.
It is going to be 4-0. It's going to be 4-0 in a direct fight in Himachal. So this is how I see it. Now, as far as Kangana's Mandi seat is concerned, see, as far as people of Mandi are concerned, she has a greater exposure amongst the masses. She's more visible to the people, either on social media, on mainstream television, or on the YouTube, or even practically, physically present in Mandi. So people in Himachal will always vote in favor of the BJP one time, and the other time they will vote in favor of the Congress. With the way, yes, the analysis is correct. The Congress government in Himachal, the Chief Minister, has been proven to be a weak government, to be a weak administrator, a weak Chief Minister, and a lack of central leadership. Never forget the Modi factor. The Modi factor will play very effectively in Uttarakhand, in Himachal, in Madhya Pradesh, in, the people like to call it the Hindi belt or the cow belt. Let's cover Himachal and Uttarakhand, the Pahadi belts also, in that breath only.
Right. So thank you very much, Ramneek Mann. The Modi factor in the Hindi heartland and in the Pahadi belt as well, as Ramneek Mann was saying, but we'll know just 4 days from now. But thank you very much for joining us, Ramneek Mann, with your thoughts and insights.